Hello students, welcome back to Beat the Basics, and in this video I will take you through the basic structure and functions of mitochondria. In our previous videos we have already studied about the discovery and basic structure and functions of cell and plasma membrane. So let's get started. As we all know that we need energy to perform different functions, and this energy is synthesized in the cell or generated in the cell in a cell organelle called as mitochondria. This is mitochondria in which the energy is produced. For this reason, mitochondria are also known as the powerhouses of the cell because mitochondria generate energy in the form of ATP or adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate is also known as the energy currency of the cell. This is the basic structure of adenosine triphosphate or ATP. Adenosine triphosphate is comprised of molecule adenosine, this is adenosine, and three phosphate groups, 1, 2, 3, these three phosphate groups. And these three phosphate groups are named as alpha, beta, and gamma. The bond between these three phosphate groups is actually responsible for producing energy. The bond between the beta phosphate group and the gamma phosphate group is considered as high energy bond because when the bond is broken, the energy is released. And this energy can be used to perform different kind of cellular functions. And the reaction through which the energy releases is when the ATP is hydrolyzed or when the ATP combines with a molecule of water, it releases the energy and it gets converted into ADP, which is adenosine diphosphate. Because in this case, if you want to understand, यहाँ पे क्या होगा जब ये एक phosphate group break हो जाएगा, it will release some energy और यहाँ पे सिर्फ दो phosphate groups बचेंगे. These two phosphate groups, the alpha and the beta. And for this reason, the ATP is now known as the adenosine diphosphate. Di means two phosphate groups. And that's how the breakdown of ATP releases energy that can be used to perform different cellular functions of work. When we talk about the structure of mitochondria, the mitochondria is the cell organelle which is covered by two membranes. One is outer membrane and the other is inner membrane. Between these two membranes, there is intermembrane space. There is a space between these two membranes, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. The inner membrane covers the area which is known as the matrix. And inner membrane also forms fold-like structures, these fold-like structures, which are known as cristae. Mitochondria also possess granules, which are actually the granules of phospholipids, proteins, and calcium. These are actually the particles which contains phospholipids, calcium, and proteins. Mitochondria also possess its own DNA. That is why it is known as the semi-autonomous cell organelle because it contains its own DNA. So now we know that mitochondria is a double membranous organelle, which means that it is surrounded by two membranes. One is inner membrane, other is outer membrane. Inner membrane forms fold-like structure called cristae, while the outer membrane is smooth and does not form fold-like structures known as cristae. And what is the role of cristae? Cristae actually increase the surface area of inner membrane for the production of ATP, so that more and more ATPs can be produced. Space enclosed by inner membrane is called as the matrix. As I just told that mitochondria are also known as a semi-autonomous cell organelle because the mitochondria contain its own DNA. That means it can replicate independently. Mitochondria also possess its own ribosomes, and as we know that ribosomes are the cell organelles which are responsible for synthesizing proteins. So the mitochondria has the capability to synthesize some of its own structural proteins. And for this reason, these cell organelles are known as semi-autonomous cell organelles. And these are a few functions, basic functions of mitochondria, that they provide energy for the vital activities of living cells. And now we know how do they produce energy: by hydrolyzing ATP. They store energy released during reactions in the form of ATP. When the energy is released during the reaction, that energy is stored in the form of ATP, so that this stored ATP energy can be used for future functions. Okay, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.